Hello everyone and welcome to a special D&D video. This is a recap of our first ever D&D session. We played it live for around 600 people for a total of 10 hours, and then that was the completion of the story. This video hopefully won't be too long, and we've got some artwork sent in for the actual specific parts, and I'll try and skip over the boring bits and do this the best I can. I hope you enjoy, and I'm going to start right now. Those involved in the storyline were Rage as the Dungeon Master, who created the story, where we go, what we face. All we did was simply react to the things he threw at us. Evans as the rogue of the group, calm and kind unless loot was involved. Gubiak as the warlock of the group / mage, he sort of switched halfway through, constantly trying to keep the group from going into stupid situations and prevent danger. However, that didn't always go to his plan, as no one really paid any attention to any of his warnings. Next was Fluke as the Priest. The Priest was a depressed follower of the group, known mostly for his constant healing and desperation to help out those in need. Seeing things from a very skeptical light, the journey was most taxing for this poor priest. Tide as the Lone Ranger of the group, who was found to be a most honest and helpful character, though a tad bit late to the party. Finally, we have my own character, the Warrior. Dumb, stupid, stupid. He's pretty dumb. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's very stupid. It seemed he was leading the group to its doom at every turn, and a rule was created where you must take a drink of whatever alcohol you have near you every time this character endangers the group. And let's just say he did that a fucking lot. But thankfully he makes up for his stupidity with dumb luck and ridiculous strength. The story began on a lone ship sailing towards a daunting island. The group consisted of Gubiak, Fluke, Hollow and Evans, sailing towards the island after forming together to hunt for some sort of treasure rumoured to be somewhere on the island. The boat journey took about 3 days. The first day, Hollow found himself smashing through the boat's cabins, pointlessly searching, until his group and himself stumbled into a room with a glowing golden chest. Gubiak was immediately unsure and left the room to be warned by a ghost that appeared before him, warning him that he should not open the chest. He warned everyone he could, starting with Hollow. Hollow agreed not to open the chest, but meanwhile Evans and Fluke had discovered that the captain was hiding something when asked about the chest. That very night, Hollow decided to ask the captain of the ship himself all about the chest, but he was nowhere to be found. He went straight to the captain's quarters, assuming he would be in there, kicking down the door to find nothing but a golden key in the room. Forgetting completely about Gubiak's warning, he used the key on the golden chest and found 3 potions inside, all identical to each other. Suddenly the ship began to shake and everyone woke up and ran to the deck. The very ghost that warned Gubiak all about the chest appeared before all, able to kill any of them, and if not all of them. Instead of unleashing some curse on the group, it simply told the group this: 1 potion will grant you strength, 1 potion will grant you a terrible death, and the last will simply cripple you. Everyone immediately turned to Hollow and told him not to drink any of the potions, and Gubiak used his magic to detect what one of the potions did. Unfortunately, the one that he did discover was the crippling potion, leaving but a 50-50 chance to either die or gain a large portion of strength when drinking one of the 2 potions. Hollow instantly drank one of the potions while saying the word YOLO. He gained a permanent strength increase. Everyone was blown away by his dumb, stupid decision, and extreme luck as well, including the ghost, and it basically just left and everyone gave up and went to sleep. Over the next 2 days, Fluke and Evans discovered the whole ship was haunted and sought out to release it from its curse. The captain, the crewman and the observer revealed themselves to be ghosts, and in some crazy gale of triangle, Hollow was permanently put to sleep during this time by Gubiak in hopes to prevent him from doing other crazy shit. Fluke lifted the curse, but in result broke a ghost's heart. I don't even know, man. I mean, I don't know what Rage was doing at this point, but I think he was just having fun, the weirdo. Finally, they landed on the island. This next section of the story will be fairly quick due to the lack of specific things that happened. Firstly, a white bird was sat on a crate where the ship had landed with a symbol on it that was the same as a metal shape they found in the golden chest from the ship. The bird traded the shape for the crate and flew away. Inside the crate was fat loot, man. Oh my god, we all got upgrades, new weapon, new armor. It was great, man, it was great. They headed northwest through a forest to get to a nearby village. On the way they were attacked by nobolds in a large pack. After a lengthy battle with the strategy and a lot of dice rolling, the group barely survived. And, with but 1 nobold remaining, Hollow decided to attempt to tie him up while walking through fire. No, really it happened. Look at these pictures people drew of it. I may have forgot the fire when I said to do the action. Rage might have laughed at me and then made me walk through fire. I mean, I maybe did say roping time like once or 6 times. Having failed to tie the survivor up, Evans simply knocked him out with the hilt of his weapon. The group attempted to interrogate the survivor and found there was a large attack planned on a nearby village. Also, Fluke shot 2 arrows through his kneecaps, and my character had to behead him and kill him to put him out of his misery. Everyone was really like kind of disgusted at Fluke because he like pointlessly tortured the guy after he told us what we wanted to hear. And he told us that we should take it as a warning. In his defense, he was the only reason we sort of survived the fight, and also like, you know, it kind of stressed him out, and it should have done. So I can see why he did that, I guess, a little bit. Still kind of afraid of him. After arriving at the town, Hollow got straight into a bar fight. Evans, Fluke and Gubiak warned the town of the oncoming attack. Hollow met Tide the elf in the bar and invited him to the group, without asking the others or permission or anything like that. As a new group, they defended the town against an onslaught of enemies, and also a huge cave troll. Once again, only barely surviving thanks to the healing of Fluke the priest, and you know, Hollow got a lucky 2-hand sword drop. So I was quite pleased, and increasing his damage once more. And I also found, like, did I find it? I think I had the smith make me new armor as well. So I'm there just like in this ridiculous armor doing loads of damage, and everyone else really isn't getting many drops. So I was pretty pleased. During the huge fight, a Nobold was captured once more and forced to lead the group to the base of the Nobolds, where the attack was planned and prepared for, in hopes to rid the area of all these monsters once and for all. When the group had arrived at the cave, they found barely any remaining kobolds, and they were quick and easy kills. They found protective armor and, most interestingly, a large egg. But this was only the first floor of the cave. There were old stairways that led down deeper into a second and third layer, a dungeon. On the second layer, they found undead, a giant lava worm, and worst of all, giant spiders and a spider queen itself. Fluke cleared up the undead like it was nothing, as a priest gains many bonuses to fighting the unholy. Hollow hunted spiders, not very well I add, and bumped into the spider queen, alone as well. Gubiak fought basilisks, and the group was fairly divided during this time. After the spider queen was killed and the group rejoined, Gubiak revealed that he'd found 3 crystals granting different powers. One for 3 times damage, one for 3 times less damage taken, and one for 3 times more health points. The group agreed that Hollow took the most damage at all times, so gave him the increased health and decrease in damage taken, while Gubiak received the 3 times damage. Heading towards the third layer, they found the entrance was defended by a large chimera, which was 3-headed. The fight was brutal and Hollow's armor was almost completely burned away by corrosive acid, but they made it through fairly easily. What they found in the final layer, the final room, wasn't expected. In a huge room, the outsides were pathed, leading around in a square to a large pyramid in the centre. Between the pathways and the pyramid was water all around, making it impossible to make it to the pyramid without making any sound. On top of this pyramid was a flat floor, where a huge pile of golden loot waited. However, sat on top of that very loot was the biggest jet black dragon we've ever seen, and it had turned around, hearing a splash in the water. Hollow immediately pulled out the egg they found earlier and carefully placed it in front of the dragon and backed away. The dragon was infuriated by what it saw, but slowly accepted the egg and placed it at the other end of the room, then turned back around and came back in full fury for one hell of a boss fight. Hollow slashed, Fluke healed, Gubiak used his daily ability to do a huge amount of damage that only seemed to tickle the dragon. Remembering the egg, Hollow hatched himself a brilliant plan. Okay, the word brilliant might not be the best word. Leaving the group to fight the boss, he made his way over to the egg. Using his last remaining rope, he created a slingshot of sorts, tying the rope around the egg, and began to swing the egg above his head in circles while cursing at the dragon. The dragon was outraged, but there was nothing it could do as Hollow advanced slowly, forcing the dragon to back down and step off the pyramid to stand between the group. Hollow found himself on top of the pile of loot, looking down at the group and the dragon, still swinging the egg around on the rope. While he was doing this, he reached down and put one of the crowns found by his feet on his head. After this, the fight was much easier as the dragon focused most of its attention on Hollow, giving the group free rein to attack. After some time, the dragon realised what was happening and turned its back on Hollow to attack the group, but as it did, Hollow sliced off its tail, leaving it to bleed profusely and take mass damage. This only made the attack on the group worse, however, and many of the group died over and over, while Fluke constantly revived them. Tide launched arrow after arrow, and threw the death potions and crippling potions from the boat. Kubiak threw bolt after bolt of death, and Evans died like 400 times. Then it finally came down to it. The dragon had but one hit point remaining, and it was Hollow's move. He put the egg down, he put his sword down, and he punched the dragon square in the face for 1 damage. The dragon slain and the group alive, everyone began to recover, but suddenly the dragon egg hatched, and Hollow claimed it as his own. And so ends the first D&D adventure. Rage did a brilliant job at his first time as Dungeon Master, and I'd like you to let me know if you enjoyed this. Obviously this isn't something I normally do, but we did a massive stream that went on for 10 hours and days, and everyone enjoyed it, and I'd like to let you know about this story in the way that I have done now. And hope it make you excited about D&D, and excited about the next stream where we do a new adventure with new characters. We'll be streaming in a few more days, so I hope to see you there. The link to the stream will be in the description of the video, and you can follow mine and Rage's Twitter, where we let you know when we're actually streaming. Shout outs to Endless Cartoon, to Dynamo Tom, and to Mr. Flaming Toast for all of your amazing artwork. Some of the things that you've done have made this video possible and gave me good ideas, so thank you guys. And obviously everyone else who made artwork, thank you. Your little things have really helped like fill it out, and I'll try my best to credit you in the description. So if you go in the description, you see a bunch of different links to everyone different, like their DeviantArts and who sent it to me and stuff. So yeah, thank you, because wow, couldn't have made this video without all this artwork that's been sent to me, so thank you. Do go check out one of the main links down there, Rage Gaming DeviantArt. It's artwork for me, Evans, Gupiak, Fluke, and Rage, and everyone else in the group, Peace, Tide. We're all there, and there's a lot of artwork going on for our group, so if you'd like to go check that out and thank them for the artwork that they even made a section for it, please do so and go support it. And other than that, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Go punch a dragon in the face. And while I was doing that, I leant down and picked up a crown and patted it, put it on my head. And that was the end of my turn.
What the hell?
Yeah, so yeah, it was like a normal fight after that, except it couldn't really attack me. And
I burned you a few times.
Yeah. But I also like cut off its tail, and I shit you not, at the moment of truth, when we're about to kill it, it was my turn, and it had 1 hit point, and I punched it in the face for 1 damage. And yeah, the egg hatched, and I've got a dragon.
Your
That is both
character
the
died
craziest
like
and the most
7 times.
retarded thing you have done ever.
Yeah. Your character was
died
dying
like 7
consistently, as like on screen now. People will see an amazing piece of artwork where you're just dead, and Will is in the background standing over you, rezzing you for the 9th time, face palming.
See, the thing is,
was I still
Evans,
there then?
Yeah.
Evans, my whole plan was that the dragon, the egg we found, was supposed to be a baby dragon that you could finally tame, and Hollow
And
just
you
took
were going to
from
tame
me.
it, except I killed the dragon and claimed the dragon baby, so it's my pet. And in the next story, that character's still going to exist, and that's going to be my pet.
It's Evans's pet, man.
No,
You need
it
to
is
give to
not.
Evans.
I captured it.
I am the DM. Okay.
I don't care. He wasn't even there.
Fine. I'm going to engineer a situation that kills your dragon.
You are a monster.